Hi, everyone. This is Joanna Rogister, and this is Real Talk Soul Alchemy on Speak Up and Empower. Today, I wanted to talk to you about putting yourself first. So often as women, we often are like our lowest priority. We put our kids first, our partners first, our jobs first, our friends first, our family first. Everyone else comes before us, and it's something that we've done all of our lives. It's actually our hormones actually hardwire us to be this way. And it goes back to ancient times and that need to take care of everyone else, right? The men were the gatherers, the hunters, and we took care of everyone, but we didn't take care of ourselves. And this is leading us, especially as we grow up, to reach that point in our lives where all of a sudden we're looking around us and we become empty nesters, or we've reached that point in our lives where we're looking around and thinking, well, what's going on here? I want more. I don't understand it, right? My life is not what I thought it would be. And so it's time to put yourself first. And this is not being selfish. This is just putting yourself ahead of all those other people and taking care of yourself. Because the more you do that, the more you love yourself, the more you'll find joy in life, and the more you will find joy in those around you. So soul alchemy is a journey of discovery. Alchemy is the art of transformation. In ancient times, it was before the transforming silver into gold. But as a soul alchemist, I help you transform yourself from where you are now to what being in alignment with what your soul wants, what your soul purpose is. And that will come about through self-love, which comes about when you realize it's important to put yourself first. So Speak Up and Empower is an online community of heart-centered people that are focused on sharing their expertise with the world or their desire to find more. Check out speakupandempower.com for more information. And so as a soul alchemist, I have people coming to me all the time, and just in my journey in life. My journey in life has been a journey of self-discovery, about figuring out who I am and coming from this place of existing to a place of thriving and feeling joy and happiness and bliss, right? And so, that's, I think, what we're all searching for in different ways, right? Right now, it may feel like all you want is some serenity in your life, some peace in your life. All you want to feel is perhaps better health right now. But that will come when you can see yourself as being important enough to take care of yourself first. And this is huge, right? Like, especially if you've got kids, then it's really challenging to say, I'm going to put myself first before them. And it doesn't have to be that way. You don't put yourself first by neglecting or excluding or not taking care of other people in your life. But when you can start to say, I am a priority too, then that's when you can start to change things. And this is what's so important. And the more I dive into the journey of self-awareness, of self-consciousness, and the more I work with my clients, the more that I see, and the more I talked with the guides and the angels and everything like that, the more that I see that, and more that I'm shown that this self-love, this self-acceptance of this putting yourself first is really your goal in life. Your goal in life is to remember who you are, and you can only do that when you start to love yourself and accept yourself, all areas of your life, and become to know who you are. And this is a lifelong journey. It's not like you're going to take a retreat and all of a sudden go, oh, that's who I am. It just doesn't work that way, unfortunately. First of all, we have to uncover the story that we've created for ourselves. And when we can uncover that, we'll often uncover why we don't put ourselves first, other than that, the traditional lives that we've lived that says, as a woman, you typically take care of everyone else. And there's nothing wrong with taking care of everyone else. I'm not saying to stop doing that, but what I'm suggesting to you is that it's time to start taking care of you first. And to first of all, to see that that's important. I think every one of us knows that we don't set ourselves as a priority. But until we reach that point where we can say, I deserve to be my own priority. and then to start figuring out ways to do it. And it's not like you have to transform your life and all of a sudden, you wake up every day and go, what do I want today? And set aside everything, because it doesn't work that way. But what you can start to say is, okay, tomorrow I'm going to take 15 minutes and I'm going to do what I want to do during that 15 minutes. Or it can be, in speaking with a friend last night where, she said, I just don't have time to eat some days. And the problem, of course, as a homeopath and nutritionist, is if you do not eat, then your body will throw itself into starvation mode and just store everything. So it's not like you're going to lose weight if you don't eat enough. You will actually gain weight because your body will store everything that it does take in. And so, of course, this is where I suggested drinking Prove-It ketones, but that's beside the point. But it is really important for you to say, you know what, I to be able to see, I didn't. For her, it was that she doesn't function as well when she doesn't eat. She puts on weight when she doesn't eat, but it's also that underlying issue of that she did not deserve, that she was not worthy of taking the time for herself. And she runs a really amazing business, but not taking the time for herself to say, you know what, I need to eat. And if I eat, then I can do this and this and this. And if I eat, then I can get to that place where I'm more comfortable in my skin. I know that I deserve so many other things and so many other pieces of the puzzle. And, especially as a mother and a business owner, it can be really crazy, and especially with this time in the world, as a business owner, to really find the time. But when you can reach that point and go, okay, I do deserve, for her, it was, then scheduling in and getting her staff to schedule her in. Hi, Elsa. Scheduling in that time to take care of herself and eat something or drink something, or even to sit down for 15 minutes and spend that time, just sitting there or in a meditation, but go off by yourself ideally and take that 15 minutes. And I so often when we take that one little step, it opens up so many other avenues in our life. And, it is one little thing, but it becomes so much more, because often in that 15 minutes, you can breathe, and it gives you time to reset yourself and to be able to come back to a place of equanimity and be able to figure out what needs to be done next. Get yourself out of that spinning whirlwind, or the hamster on the wheel that we all get caught up in, and pull yourself off of that for 15 minutes. Try seeing Elsa on there. Try doing something like Reiki or meditation, just to slow your brain down, slow your body down, and bring yourself back to this state of neutrality. Breath is huge this way, the deep belly breaths. Filling up the belly and the lungs and, the full chest, and then releasing it. And that will slow down your brain, slow down your body, and help get more oxygen into your brain, more oxygen into your body, allow it to function at a higher level, but also to slow you down. In this world, as we're transitioning from a 3D world to a 5D world, 3D being, we're caught up in the past and the present and the future, and we worry about things, and we have a lower vibration because we're not focused on the emotions that we want to feel, and we're not manifested. We're caught up, we're existing. It's where I lived before, and existing and not thriving. You're probably content, but that it's not enough for you anymore. And to move to that 5D world of living in the moment and being aware and feeling joy and bliss and happiness. And, we can still experience lower vibration emotions, being anxious or frustrated or mad at someone, but we can recognize that that's what they are, that they are not our natural self, and we can move past them and move through them as we observe them and allow that flow to come in. And the transition from 3D to 5D is 4D, but 4D is a bridge between the two different dimensions. And as we're starting to transition, we step onto that 4D bridge and start to figure things out, start to be more aware. And so we're kind of stepping into two worlds. And for me, the biggest thing that I've noticed lately as I spend more time in the 5D world is that I don't think about the past as much as I ever used to. I used to get caught up in all the things that had happened, and, the people that I was mad at, and the things that I wish I could have said to people before, right? And thinking and thinking and thinking those same things over and over again. And now I spend so much time in the present thinking about how beautiful the world is and how much joy I have and how much happiness I have. And that's a beautiful place to be. I'd like to think at some point in time I could stay there, but for now it's, you're back and forth between that 3D and the 5D as we live and as we exist and, continue in this human body that we live in. It is really amazing. My angelic name is Nala Rochelle. And even as I say it, it changes my energy and it brings me more joy and happiness. So that's just a piece of the puzzle, but that's what we're moving towards. And it came to me moving towards this at where I am now by coming to see that I did deserve more, right? That I did deserve happiness. I did deserve joy. And that came about by starting to think about what I wanted instead of, what do I need to do for everyone else today? How, take care, worry about everyone, right? Worry about the kids, how they're doing, worrying about the family, everything like that. So it truly is a beautiful place to be where you can start to go, what do I want? Thanks, Charles. What do I want myself? What does Joanna need? What do you need? And sometimes we don't know. Sometimes it's that is like we look around and go, I don't know. I'm not sure what makes me happy. I'm not sure what brings me joy. I'm not sure what brings me peace. I'm not sure what good health feels like, and that's okay. But then that's part of the journey of exploring and meditating or daydreaming. Daydreaming is a beautiful tool to start to figure yourself out and to start to understand yourself more. Even if you daydream, and start thinking about, what do I daydream about? When you're daydreaming, what makes you feel happy? Is it hobbies? Is it people? Is it exploring? Is it considering travel? Right? I love to daydream about where I want to, when I can, where I can travel next, and what adventures to have, and when can I scuba dive again, and when can I hike again, and all these things. So it really is travel for me. Getting online and looking at travel destinations is a great way to start to experience that joy of what does make me happy. But even yourself, that even when you're looking at beautiful pictures, beautiful place to go, hopefully you're able to look at them and see the beauty of them instead of envying or thinking that I will never be able to attain that. And maybe that's a great place to start. If you do look at something beautiful and it doesn't bring you joy, then it's coming to understand, what's really bugging me here. Why can I not find joy in this moment? What's inside of you that's preventing you from seeing the beauty of it, but instead bringing up emotions that prevent you from seeing the beauty? And so this is just another part of that self first, right? Giving yourself the time to then explore what makes me happy. And, the reverse of what doesn't make me happy, what doesn't bring me joy, and understanding that, because that could be your shadow side. And your shadow side, those parts of you that you don't really like about yourself. And we all have them, right? Things we've done in the past, things we're working on, moving towards, and acceptance of self, accepting of some of the things that we've done in the past. And not acceptance of, oh, well, that just happened, but, deciding that, well, that's what happened before. And now I would like to do things differently. And I would step into this and ideally not being triggered, because now I understand why I was triggered, what happened, what brought that about. Was there an inner child there that I need to work on or deal with or explore and make myself aware of? But all of these pieces will come when you are putting yourself first and saying, I deserve more. I'm working on this. This is something that I want to explore about myself, and taking the time to do it, because doing the work does take time, and it can be painful. There can be a lot of tears. There can be a lot of anxiety. There can be a lot of emotional uncovering and exploring. And when I'm working with clients, we do a lot of that uncovering and exploring, and I'm guided intuitively by whoever your guides are, the angels that come in, the ascended masters, as to take you on your journey, to take you where you need to go to uncover pieces of yourself. And it doesn't have to be painful. If something traumatic happened in the past, we don't have to go back and experience it again, but we it's good to uncover what emotions are brought up when we're triggered by an event, so that we understand ourselves better and then can let go of them. And there's all kinds of techniques to help you explore and release and let go of the low vibration that's associated, or the emotional trigger, the emotional power that an event gets you caught up in. Because any emotions that happen, they have an energy to them, and that energy gets stuck in our bodies. And if we're not exploring who we are and spending time to uncover ourselves, to remember who we are, those emotions can get stuck, and they can cause health issues. They can cause anxiety. They can cause depression. They can cause all kinds of issues within ourselves, that if we're not putting ourselves first and spending the time exploring and uncovering and understanding, we will not be able to release that and move forward and step into the power and the beauty of who you are. Because that's really like our journey in life, is to remember who we are. And we are gods. God created us. God created us as her equal, not a lesser version. But the beauty of remembering that we were created as God's equal is to remember that every other person on this planet was also. And if we can look at someone and remember that they are God's equal too, we can see them with love and without judgment, and without a desire to make them any different than they are. Sorry, that's not worded. You may want them to be a different version of themselves, but that would then be judgment that who they are is not right. And they're on their own journey. They have their own contract. They're exploring things. And it may not be something that you wish, but that doesn't mean that you have any right to judge them. Even people that have created, undertaken atrocities in this world, right? These shooters, it's just sending them love, not hate or condemning them or anything like that, just sending them love. And that may be simple, and you may say that I don't have the attachment to them, but I'd like to think that that because I see people with love, that I would see everyone with love. And maybe at first, something traumatic happened. I don't even want to say it. We'll go past that and just, keep sending people love. And that's the best thing that you can do for them, but also for yourself, because you can send someone else love when you have that love for yourself inside of you. And so I think that's the big thing to remember here, right? Coming back to coming to know yourself, coming to understand yourself, and knowing that you deserve to be loved. You deserve to put yourself first and to be a priority. Self first, not selfish, self first. And to spend that time and take that steps, whatever it may be. Just becoming more of an observer in your life, that's putting yourself first, because you're starting to explore yourself. You're starting to be more aware of yourself, and you're starting to be able to look at what you're doing and spending that time to actually ask the question, like, what happened here? Why did I do that? Why am I doing that? Why is this bugging me? Why do I love this? That is, once again, putting yourself first and actually exploring it, taking the time to get to know you and to understand you and to love you and accept you. And that will bring you to a place where you can start to love other people more. And, I had an experience recently where I was in the Zoom and someone was being very negative on the Zoom. And it really started to bug me because it was, uh, we can be bugged by stuff and had bad things happen with us. We all have baggage. But if we're constantly putting that baggage out in front of us, it doesn't do us any good. It lowers our vibration and keeps us in that mindset, that collective consciousness of anxiety or depression or whatever it is. But it also then affects other people. And if you know yourself, you're out talking, and if everyone's talking about how horrible things are and God, we can't get past this, and what is this government doing, and everyone's mad, then you very quickly can get caught up in it. And so, watching this person and listening to them, it really started to bug me that this person was doing this. But as soon as I caught myself and was able to look at them and go, oh, let this go, right? It's got nothing to do with me. I can't change her. I can't do anything about her. If I can just send her love and, know that this is the way where she's at right now and it's her journey. And as soon as I was able to just send her love, then that whole being bugged by everything that she was saying, and we're getting to the point where I thought, I want to get off this Zoom. I can't stand this anymore. So, but as soon as I said, I just send her love, then everything else just fell away. And I could just do that. What she was saying, I could tune out that energy and didn't have to listen to it. And didn't feel the need to actually say something into that Zoom because it, wouldn't have done anything for her. Wasn't the time to be coaching her or anything like that, or to even say it. So it would have called her out and maybe made her feel uncomfortable. So, but as soon as I sent her that love, then all that feeling dropped away, and it was such an experience for me, and it was such a teaching time for me. But that's because I've spent that time to be an observer in my life and to understand myself better and come to see that I'm not that person that looks at other people and gets really bugged by them. So if I am bugged by someone, it's, understand why and what happened. And thanks, Lisa. And, what came about and what transpired and what was my lesson. So, I don't feel I have to go back in those Zooms anymore, because that was my teaching moment for me. And although there was a good reason for the Zoom, but, that was a big teaching moment for me. And I've been practicing that in all my Zooms that I get on. As soon as I get on them, I send everyone love, and then it starts me off at a much higher vibration, so I can do what I'm supposed to do on the Zoom, which is, to help raise everyone's vibration and share what I'm learning. So, you've got some tools and some tips and techniques that you can take advantage of, and you can, hopefully something resonates with you and you can go, oh yeah, I can do that. And it'll help you on your journey and help you move towards, being that best version of yourself and understanding yourself better. So just to bring it all back into the very beginning, what can you do today, tomorrow, to start moving towards understanding, or you may understand already, but start doing something about the fact that it's time to put yourself first. What's one small step can you take? Or maybe it's a big step. Maybe you can just, throw out your past out the window and move forward. But one small step is all will change the world. That's the whole thing about manifesting. It's thinking of the emotions that you want to experience and really feeling them, and then doing one small thing every day to get you to where you want to go. And, that's, I think, one of the big things with manifesting is that so often, we daydream and we spend the time thinking about, these things that we'd love to have. And then we forget to do something about it, right? It's just to remind that subconscious, well, here's what I said I wanted. I wanted to feel joy. I wanted to feel pride. I wanted to feel that I was doing something for other people. And so today I'm going to do one small thing. It may be just smile at someone. It may be taking, someone a coffee or whatever. Who knows what it is, right? But it's that one step towards it in order to help you bring your subconscious forward, because that manifesting comes about by thinking about the emotions. And if one of your things that you want to feel is that you recognize that you deserve to be a priority in your life, then you can start to do that by thinking about how being a priority will make you feel self-love, self-awareness, self-growth, and then doing one small thing every day to help you move towards that. So hopefully this makes you think a little bit, because that's all we're here for. This has been Real Talk Soul Alchemy with Joanna Rochester, Soul Alchemist, part of Speak Up and Empower's online community webcast that share different, have conversations that help you change the way you think about the world. I can be found at joannarochester.com or soulalchemisthealing.com, or check out my YouTube channel. Joanna Rochester, Soul Alchemist, and subscribe, please and thank you. And I'll be here next Thursday at 12:30 for more Real Talk Soul Alchemy. But also on Monday, I've got a webcast that I'm doing with Kimberly DePrutra, and she is a divine guide. And we're going to be talking about moving forward in your life. You know, if you feel stuck right now, if you're looking for tools and tips and techniques about how to become more self-conscious, to become more aware, to step more into your power and step more into alignment with yourself, with your soul purpose. We're going to be talking about that because we're getting ready to start to promote an 8-week series, webinar series that we're going to be putting on about all things spiritual and all things for those that are looking for more in their life. They've come to realize that life is not settled, and they know that energy and spirituality is a part of where they want to move towards. We're going to guide you through getting grounded in your life and understanding energy more, and understanding, you know, talking about so many aspects of energy, and you know, how to deal with if you're an empath, how to understand the different skills, the different gifts that are around. Once again, Kimberly is a medium, and I am an ascended master, and we help you on your journey. And so we will be offering a webinar series. But join us on Monday to find out more and to meet Kimberly, and we'll see you next Thursday at 12:30. Thank you very much, and have a great day.